Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Today I'm going to take up this topic of health and fitness, or how do we talk about our health. Now I'm going to give you a reason why I'm picking up this topic. Last week my whole family was suffering from flu. We all know monsoon has its own nuances, right? So it was very cold here. It was pouring the whole day continuously from past 10 days. So that is why we all were down with flu. Okay, so that is why I wanted to take up this topic and speak on it so that we all feel all these things. We all catch flu, we all get fever, we all get stomach ache, we all get some of the other illness, right, throughout the years. And these illnesses or diseases are specific to weather as well. In summers, there's separate set of diseases which we get. Winters are specific to different diseases. Rainy season is prone to many other diseases, right? So accordingly, the whole year we are exposed to these diseases and we do get ill, we do get sick. So how do we talk about it? What are the basic terminologies which we can use to describe a situation in English, to talk to a health worker, to talk to a doctor, right, about our condition? So every topic has its specific vocabulary. So that is why I'm taking up different topics and I'm talking about their vocabulary, how to use those vocabularies in your own sentences to express your ideas, and how to talk about on that topic. So here also I'm going to divide it into 3 segments. The first will be the vocabulary related to health. The second will be I'm going to take up or give you sentences with those vocabulary so that it's easier for you to understand and speak on it, or to come up with more sentences about it. And the last segment will be how to describe your condition or your illness, right? Like last week we all had flu, so I'm going to talk about it in this video. And the same way, you can, if you go and meet a doctor, you can also talk about your condition in the same way. So if you start practicing it, that will be a practice session basically. So if you start practicing it in this way, you'll be able to speak in front of a doctor also. You will be able to speak in front of people also to describe your condition very easily and effectively in English. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Now let's begin with the topic today. This is a very interesting topic, guys. We all fall sick. We all suffer with flu, headache, fever, stomach upset, or any other thing, right? Lots of things are there. How do we talk about it? Let's start with some vocabulary first. Now let's talk about overall health vocabulary. The first word we've heard is wellness. When we start talking about healthy lifestyles or health, this terminology comes up. Wellness. What does it mean? It means overall well-being of our mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so overall health. So we need to be healthy throughout. Overall, we should need to be healthy. Our mind, body, and spirit should be healthy. That is called wellness. We need to take care of all these things. So that is why it is called wellness. Okay, another one is fitness. We do speak about, oh, see, he's so fit or she's so fit. At this age, we see somebody, a 60-year-old running, or, a 65-year-old carrying something heavy. We do say that, see, he's so fit, right? So fitness means physical health, which is achieved through exercise or nutrition. Coming to another word, nutrition. Nutrition is also very important when you talk about health, right? What we take in, or intake or absorption of nutrients for health. What are things we eat so that it gets absorbed in our body and helps us to be healthy? That is called nutrition. What we eat, we do want to eat nutritious food. What is nutrition? What is nutritious? Which means healthy food or Probably if you know, get into details, like we need to eat protein, carbs, healthy fats, vitamins, right? We should need to intake all these things in a balanced form, and that is called a balanced diet. Again, there's another word which is called balanced diet. Balanced diet means a diet which fulfills all our nutritional needs and includes a variety of food like fruits, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy. So these 5 categories should be there to make a balanced diet. Okay, another term is again diet. Now, this diet doesn't mean dieting. Diet means what we are eating regularly, the food, drinks we have regularly. So it's a regular consumption of food, drinks, regular consumption patterns of food and drinks, what we eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day. In breakfast, what we have, right? Probably we have a toast or cereal. Lunch, we have full meal like a thali. And then evening, we eat some snacks, and then dinner, we have some curry and bread or anything, you know, any grain or anything we have. So this is a regular pattern which we eat every day. So that is called a diet. Okay. Another terminology related to health is allergy. So it's an immune system reaction to certain substances. Suppose somebody is allergic to peanuts. Somebody is allergic to any soya protein or anything else, carbohydrates or anything else. So some people are allergic to mushrooms, some people are allergic to eggs, etc., etc. So the food we eat, we might be allergic to it. Okay, so the body immune system reacts when we consume that. So that is an allergy. Another one is infection. Now this is disease caused by virus, bacteria or fungi. So infection is disease caused by bacteria, virus or fungi. So that is called infection. I got a flu infection, right? So we get stomach infection, we get skin infection, lots of infections, which is very common these days, right? So this is how we talk about it. Another word is hygiene. This is also very important. So what is hygiene? Practices to maintain health and prevent diseases. Hygiene is basically cleanliness, right? We need to practice cleanliness. We should wash our hands before eating. When we go out, when we come back home, the first thing is we need to wash our hands properly, right? So these things are good practices which helps in hygiene, maintaining our hygiene and protecting ourselves from disease and keeping ourselves healthy. Okay. Another term is medication. When we go to a doctor and he prescribes some medicine, we do say, I am on medication, right? So we use this word very frequently, medication. Now another thing we speak about is symptoms. When you go to a doctor, he or she asks you about the symptoms. So what are these symptoms? Physical and mental feature indicating condition. There are lots of physical and mental conditions which we talk about to the doctor. If I am sick, I am down with flu, what will I say? What are the symptoms? I'm feeling headache, I have fever, I have runny nose, my eyes are watery. So these are the symptoms. My throat is bad, it's paining. These are the symptoms, right? Another word is prevention. Taking steps to avoid diseases. So taking steps to avoid diseases, right? Occurrence, like it should not occur again and again. So we are taking steps to prevent that. That is called prevention. We know a very famous proverb which is called prevention is better than cure. Another very important thing we talk about is calories related to health. Now, how many calories we need to take in, or these stuffs we generally hear about. So what is a calorie? It's called units of energy from food intake. How much energy we get from a specified food. If we're eating a chicken leg piece, or if we are eating a fish, or if we are eating a wholesome meal, how much calorie intake that has, how much unit of energy we are going to get from that meal is called calorie. Okay, and that is why we say that no, I've eaten a fried chicken, so I have taken in a lot of calories, so I need to burn out my calorie. I need to run, I need to walk, I need to go to the gym to burn calories. Okay, so guys, I've spoken about enough vocabulary to talk about your health. Okay, we can choose any topic and we can just talk about our health, whether we want to tell about our physical condition, like what we are feeling, or if we are having any disease or illness, or if we are sick, how we can describe that, or else we can just talk about our health, our diet, our food. Okay, what we take to keep ourselves healthy, what we eat, those things also we can talk about, right? So the last part I'm going to speak about is how do I talk about my health. Okay, so I'm going to take my condition. Last week I was down with flu, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to speak about it. You can take up anything and you can just talk about it. You can just take up your health simply and just talk about it. If you're healthy, if you're not sick, then also you can take up and you can just talk about it. What you want to do to keep yourselves healthy, right? You can have a balanced diet, what kind of meal you want to take, what kind of nutrition you take in, or a nutritious food you take in. These kind of things you can talk. You go and exercise, how do you burn your fat, what do you do, right? These things you can talk about. So here I'm going to talk about my condition. Last week I was down with flu, so I'm going to talk about that here. Last week my family was down with flu. We all had different symptoms. My daughter had fever, she had runny nose, she had headache. I was having runny nose and sore throat or throat ache. I was having that. My husband was also having fever and headache and sore throat. So we all had something or the other. The symptoms were a little different. So we started taking medicine. And my daughter was coughing also and my husband was coughing. I didn't had cough. Okay. Then we took her to the doctor. At the doctor's clinic, we found a lot of children who were sick. They also had the same symptoms: headache, fever, runny nose, throat pain, cough, everything. They were coughing also a lot. So we got to know that this season is specific to flu because it is monsoon. So we are bound to get that if we have an exposure to it. My kid has an exposure to her school. We also go out, so we have exposure outside as well. So that was very obvious that we can catch flu. Then we went to the doctor. The doctor asked about her symptoms and I explained to him that she has runny nose, headache. She's complaining of headache. She has fever also and she's coughing as well. Then the doctor explained to me that it is very common nowadays because of the season. So he said nothing to worry. It's just a common cold which she has caught. So there's nothing to worry. He prescribed some medicines for fever and cold. He checked her with a stethoscope as well and he said there's no congestion, so it's fine. And he said that these medicines will help, nothing to worry. And then we came back, we went to the pharmacy, we got all the medicines and we came back home. And one more thing, he also asked us to eat a balanced diet and a nutritious food, especially freshly cooked food. He also advised us to eat lots of veggies, colorful vegetables and colorful fruits. It will help us to boost our immunity and it will help our immune system to overcome or to fight diseases. Okay, so this is how I described my experience of catching a cold and how we went to the doctor, what kind of conversation we had with the doctor and how he spoke about maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Okay, like what food should we eat, how to boost our immunity, etc. Right? And since we're talking about healthy lifestyle or health, of course, exercise is very important as well. We need to walk, we need to hit the gym, we need to do some exercise for 10-15 minutes every single day. That is also very important. Okay, so I've included everything in this conversation, right? I've spoken about everything. So likewise, you can also pick up this topic and you can just talk about it, right? You can just talk about your health, how you're taking care of your health. You can just talk about how you are taking care of your health. Now, this will include the food you eat, the timings, the things you're avoiding, exercise, everything you can include in this, right? So you can talk about it in this way. And this topic is very important as well, guys. We need to focus on this topic because health is very important nowadays. And since we are in a very fast-paced world, we don't take care of our health, right? Our health goes for a toss. So that is why it's hard it's high time that we start thinking about on this topic and start speaking on it, start gathering information about it, and start practicing it in our real life. I'm not talking about speaking. Of course, you have to speak about it, but you have to start taking care of your health as well. Like in terms of food you take in, the kind of drinks you have, the kind of exercise you do, you have to take care of everything to keep your mind, body, and spirit healthy. Like you should take care of your wellness or well-being. Okay, so guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.